So I've been seeing this guy pop up on my For You feed, and he's been talking about like hidden tunnels near his house, under his house. He claims that something happened to him, and you'll hear it in this video coming up. But do y'all believe this? Like, listen to what he says, and let me know in the comments if you believe what he's saying.
Hello everybody, Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. What I'm going to show you again today is back on Google Earth Maps. Remember how I showed you how to go out there and then get the historical maps, go back into time? Well, I here want to show you a suspected tunnel entrance in the next door neighbor's backyard, okay? And I'm going to blow this up. This one's dated in 2014, October 2014. Remember, I was shot in January 2012, okay? And so here's my home right here. This is where I shot by somebody under my home. In the backyard's where one of the underground homes is located. Okay. And about a week before I shot, I climbed on my roof and I was looking to try to see something, and I saw this in the neighbor's backyard. Okay. And I suspect it was a tunnel entrance. And I'll tell you later, after I shot, I would, my dogs be barking. I'd hear people out there in the middle of the night with flashlights, and then I could hear people in my attic. I was sure that they were using that was a tunnel entrance, and it was connected back into the, coming up into this attic. Okay, so I'm going to show you that picture. You can see it there, okay? Well, I started posting these pictures out on social media because I'd survived a murder attempt, and all of a sudden it got removed by 2016. You can go back to Google Earth Maps and see it. See, it's not there anymore. There's something right there in the middle, but it's not there. The other thing I want to point out to you is this tree's missing. See where I'm pointing out where that tree's missing? Well, the tree's there. Okay, it's there. It was a live tree taken out. That tree was next to two side-by-side manholes, and I suspected one of them was also a tunnel entrance. I'm going to show you some more pictures. You can see that on Google Earth Maps. Here's kind of a close-up right here, okay? And it is in this backyard. That's where I suspect the tunnel entrance was. And here's a water well, which is real interesting because I'm thinking, I'm told there was 4 underground homes, and I went looking for other homes that had a water well and then had the same brick mortar problem that my home had, and then I think that's where the other underground homes are. I think I found 2 other places for underground homes. I made videos about it. But maybe this water well was feeding, underground here, okay? And here, I want to show you the dated maps on Google Earth Historical Map. Remember, I showed you how to do that already. Okay, so if we go back in time at March 08, it was not there. Okay, it was not there, and I hadn't moved here yet. Mike Lawhon, the previous owner, is still alive. Okay, by December 5th, 2009, it was there. You can see it in the backyard, okay? So it was there. And you know what happened in between these 2 times? That's when the last homeowner died. That's when I suspected he was murdered and taken to Fort Worth. And I recently made a video about that. And so I wondered if this tunnel that was put in here had any kind of, suspected tunnel, had some kind of factor in Mike's death, okay? So here we are in 2014. I was shot in 2012. It's still there. We can see it on Google Earth Historical Maps. I started posting pictures on social media, and all of a sudden it gets taken out. Now it's gone by 2016, and that live tree was gone. It was like a cover-up went on during that time, and that might have been when they shut down the underground, stuff. I was told there was underground casino game room here. Maybe that's when it shut down. Okay, here's another picture just showing you where that live tree's gone, and then the backyard where that tunnel entrance was at. Suspected tunnel entrance. Okay, and then if you've seen on that picture, I said digging noise. 2016, my dog alerted me to something going on in my backyard. Okay, I'm gonna show you this, and so I walked out there. You could hear it coming from underground. You can hear it.
You can hear them digging under there. I'm gonna put the
digging under the ground, and I'll show you where that was at. Okay, that was right next to my shed. That's where I was at, right here next to that shed. Here's the suspected tunnel entrance. Here's the underground home in my backyard. It's right there in between it. Okay, that's where the digging noise was at. Okay, now I want to show you this neighbor here. He's I remember. I remember when I first, after I first started hearing somebody in the attic, he's the one who told me. He says, "Yeah, that's what professional burglars do." You know, and I was like, what? I've never even heard of professional burglar. He was like proud of it, people getting in the attic, you know. And then another thing he told me, he says, yeah, last 4 people lived in your house didn't live there long. You know, last one's dead. I'm crippled for life. You know, I was almost dead. Ain't even funny at all. Now I want to show you here. I'm in my backyard one day. This guy starts yelling at me, so I get my recorder going. The sun's in his face, and he don't know I'm being recorded. This is a rude neighbor. I wonder you know, if he has a connection to the crimes at this house.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
You're a creeper.
Really?
You believe in Space Jam.
Oh, okay.
Space Jam is not real.
Uh-huh.
Creeper.
Hey, what do you know about these multiple? What do you know about these murders? Huh? You know anything about these murders?
No.
Huh? Do you know anything about the murder attempt on my life?
Tell the people you're lying.
Do you know anything?
You're lying. You shot your foot by yourself.
The,
You're
ev-
playing with fire.
the, the evidence shows that I didn't.
There's no evidence.
The-
The evidence is your foot. You shot
The
your
pellets removed from my foot were 2.5 sizes different than what was in my gun.
Yeah, that's why you don't have a gun.
2.5 sizes different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you harassing me in my own yard?
No, I'm
I'm the victim of a capital crime. You understand I'm the victim of a capital crime. I'm out here minding my own business. You come over here and started mouthing off to me.
Yeah, that's a rude neighbor here. Here, let me show you another suspected tunnel entrance. It's on the other side of the Home Depot wall, okay? Here is the telephone pole. I showed you a Suddenlink cable right here. Okay, here's the 2 side-by-side manholes. That seems weird. This one had the lid let off for several years. I suspected it was a tunnel entrance. And then when I come by later, I noticed somebody had marked the curb right there in that same spot where I suspected the tunnel was at, okay? And, let me show you some more pictures. This is the oldest picture I found on the city, and it looks like a ditch was cut in my backyard going right to where that manhole was over there. Can you see that? Okay, and I suspected what that was. I was seeing these truckers show up 24/7, stay for a little bit, leave. At the same time, I'd hear somebody in my attic moving around, okay? And then they'd get quiet, and then they'd come, you know, then I'd hear them come back, and then the trucker would drive off. After about 1,000 times, you could figure out they was meeting the truckers. It was like a lot lizards, and I had 2 people at that store tell me the P word was going on over there, and I believe that's what was going on. That's what they were doing here, is set up for trafficking, okay? And here, okay, here's another one showing the holes, the manholes, the 2 side-by-side manholes. That's where the live tree was taken out that I showed you a minute ago. And I think it was part of the cover-up that was going on to cover up the crimes and murders connected with the underground homes. And of course, then a tunnel entrance, I believe, was in the Home Depot store right here. And that was, you know, the tunnel we seen on Google Earth Maps coming directly at my house, okay? And I want to show you here this see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. This woman, I recorded her.
Or like you said, if it's 25.
Okay. So what she's telling me is that it's by your den, Well, if you projected out that tunnel from the Home Depot, it goes right to my den. Let me show you.
Put down.
By the
Yeah.
den.
It is by your dam.
Huh?
He said it is by your dam. By your dam. This is his word.
By my
He
den.
said that.
Okay. So that's what I'm showing you. Here's a tunnel entrance from the Home Depot right here. We see it on Google, projected right out, goes right to where my den is. Okay. And so there were several of the suspected tunnel entrances. I don't think it's all of them. That I was told there was 4 underground homes. Let me show you them. Okay, I recorded a woman told me that there was 4 3-bedroom homes buried at least 25 foot deep, each costing over $1 million apiece. Okay, I'm gonna show you here. I took out the addresses, but there's a Home Depot store. My home is right behind the Home Depot store. Okay, and what I want to show you here in the neighbor's backyard was water well. Okay, and my home had a weird brick mortar problem that I think comes from digging under the house, broke the mortar joints. Okay, this home had the same mortar problem, and there's a water well right here. So I wonder if there isn't one of the underground homes there, and then this home right here across from the Fairmont Park Church of Christ has a water well, had same mortar problems again. So that might be 3 of the 4. And I had a law enforcement officer tell me to snoop around the Fairmont Park Church of Christ. Okay. And so that, you know, that there's some more clues. Y'all check it out on Google Earth. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.